Once upon a time, in a small village, surrounded by beautiful green hills, there was a young woman named Dia. People knew her for being both beautiful and kind-hearted, but she also had a reputation for being easily influenced by her emotions. When faced with challenging situations, she often couldn't keep her calm. Deep down, Dia really wanted to discover inner strength and wisdom. She thought she could find the solution in the teachings of a famous Zen master. One day, Dia gathered her courage and started a journey to meet a Zen master who lived in a peaceful monastery just outside her village. It was a long and tough journey, but she remained determined. After several days, she finally reached the monastery. There, she met Pratap, a young disciple of the Zen master. Pratap was a humble and wise young man who had devoted his life to learning from the Zen master. He noticed that Dia was eager to learn, so he offered to help her on the path to enlightenment. Grateful for his offer, Dia accepted, and Pratap began to guide her in the monastery. The Zen master, an old and peaceful man, watched from a distance. He knew about Dia's weaknesses and the challenges she would face. He believed that by going through life's difficulties, Dia could find her inner strength and become a wise and resilient person. The Zen master began teaching Dia about the first sign of a weak-minded person, which is holding on to past hurts and grievances. To explain this, he told her a story about a man who always carried a heavy sack of rocks on his back wherever he went. These rocks represented his grudges and resentments from the past, which made it difficult for him to live a peaceful life. Dia realized that she also carried her own sack of rocks, filled with unresolved anger and pain. She decided to take a journey towards forgiveness and letting go, just like the man in the story wanted to lighten his load. The second sign of a weak-minded person is being too attached to material things. To explain this, he took her to the garden and showed her a beautiful rose. He told her that this rose symbolizes the fact that everything in life is temporary. It may look vibrant and lovely, but it eventually fades away. Dia realized that her attachment to material possessions was causing her suffering because she relied on them for security and happiness. From that point on, she decided to seek contentment within herself instead of looking for it in external things. The third characteristic of a weak-minded person is having trouble accepting change. He told her a story about a river that constantly flows and changes its path as it moves through the land. This story highlighted the importance of being adaptable and resilient. The Zen master said that the river flows naturally, curving and twisting to fit the changing landscape. By doing so, it eventually reaches the vast ocean, its final destination. Dia realized that she had often resisted change because she was afraid of the unknown. Inspired by the river's wisdom, she decided to welcome change and trust in the natural flow of life. The fourth sign of a weak-minded person is constantly comparing oneself to others. He told a story about a traveler who felt jealous of a bird's ability to fly freely in the sky. This traveler spent his days feeling sad about his own limitations and didn't realize the unique talents he had. Dia understood that comparing oneself to others only brings unhappiness and a feeling of not being good enough. From that moment on, she decided to focus on her own personal growth and development. She celebrated her own journey without constantly measuring it against others. The fifth and final sign of a weak-minded person is the inability to stay focused on the present moment. He stressed how important it is to be mindful and aware. He encouraged Dia to enjoy each moment as it happens because life is like a string of precious pearls on a necklace, and to truly live, one must be fully present in each moment without being stuck in the past or overwhelmed by the future. Dia realized that her mind often wandered, thinking about past regrets or worrying about the future. With a newfound determination, she decided to practice mindfulness and stay focused on the present moment. After several months, Dia's time in the monastery was coming to an end. During her stay, she had undergone a significant transformation and discovered her inner strength and wisdom. The Zen master, pleased with her progress, called her to say goodbye. He told Dia that she had made remarkable progress on her journey of self-discovery. He advised her to remember the lessons she had learned, to forgive, let go of attachments, adapt to change, celebrate her uniqueness, and live in the present moment. By doing so, he said she would continue to grow and inspire those around her. Tears filled Dia's eyes as she expressed her gratitude to the Zen master and Pratap for their guidance. With a heart full of newfound wisdom, she said goodbye to the monastery and returned to the village. From that day on, Dia became a symbol of strength and inspiration for those in her community. She shared the Zen master's teachings with others, helping them recognize their own weaknesses and guiding them toward a path of enlightenment. So, the story of Dia, a young woman on a journey of self-discovery, reminds us that we all have the potential to grow and change. By understanding the signs of a weak-minded person and learning from wisdom and resilience, we can find the strength to overcome our own limitations and live a meaningful and satisfying life.